Hi guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday for Wednesday, February 10th, 2016. Tonight I'm just going to be drinking one of my ciders, so we'll go ahead and pop that open. And we'll pour us up a glass. And wish everyone cheers and happy Homebrew Wednesday. So I wanted to show you the new lights that I got for Christmas. I finally got them put up around the pub. These are some lights my son gave me for Christmas. They're pretty cool. You can make them do all kinds of different things. You can make them blink quicker, slower. You can make them change color. You can make them stay one color. There's all kinds of different colors. Red, blue, green. There's a pink. All kinds of things you can have it do. You can make them flash. All kinds of things. So yeah, those are pretty cool. Those are a nice addition to the pub. So you'll be seeing those in the background. So had a little bit of time over the weekend. Finally got a little bit of free time. I spent part of the day on Saturday putting up the lights. They turned out really well, as you could see in the video there. So I'm really happy with those. And then on Sunday, as you guys know, Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday. Had some friends come over and we had a few beers and watched the game. Also over the weekend I got to meet a fellow home brewer. If you remember in the video last week, he sent me some meads, some flavored meads, Devil's Brew. Josh from Devil's Brew. He is actually a truck driver and was out this way from Iowa and was down in Salt Lake, and I only live a couple hours from Salt Lake, so he drove up here and watched the game with me. Sorry guys, I forgot to break out the camera. I was too wrapped up in what was going on and everything. And forgot to take any pictures. Hopefully someday again that we'll be able to hang out again someday. Maybe we talked about maybe getting together and doing a brew. So that was pretty cool. The first fellow brewer that I've had come and have a couple beers in the pub, so that was kind of cool. Cheers to you, Josh, for coming on out. Also got a little bit of time to get some brewing done, so I made up a batch of apple raspberry from juice concentrate. I'll go ahead and insert some footage here. Okay, so we've got our boiling water on the stove here, and to that I have added 2.5 teaspoons of Speedy Bentonite. I slowly sprinkled it in there as the water was boiling and mixed it in really well. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat off now. We've got it mixed in there really well, and as you can see, you have a grayish like slurry. Okay, and then we're going to take that and dump it down into our bucket here. Go ahead and add that down in there. Okay, and then to that we're going to add our apple raspberry juice. We're going to add 11 cans of that. So we'll just open it up and we will dump that down in there. And we'll continue to do this until we get all 11 cans in there. As you can tell, I've let these sit out of the freezer and thaw out. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of those in there. And then once you get all your juice in there, as you can see, the containers still contain a little bit of juice, so we take them over here and we will fill them up with some cool water. And then we will take them over and dump that water in with our juice just to rinse out anything that's in the bottom of those containers. And we'll do that with all the containers, and then we'll be right back. Okay, and once you get all your cans rinsed out, then we're just going to top it up to the 5.5 gallon mark with some nice cool water. Try and get it around 70 degrees. And we'll just fill this up to the 5 gallon mark. I actually go about 5.5 gallons on this. Once you've got it all topped up, we'll go ahead and mix it really well. Okay, and then once you've got it mixed up really good, we're going to take a hydrometer reading. And it looks like we're at about 1045. So we're going to add some sugar to it. It's going to be roughly about 10 pounds of sugar that we're going to add. We will do it at 2-cup intervals and take a hydrometer in between. We'll just stir as we add it. And then we will take another hydrometer reading. See where we're at, and then we'll add some more sugar to it if it's not high enough. And we're at about 1060 now, and I've added 4 cups of sugar. So we'll just keep doing that until we get to 1.090. Okay, so if you can see that, we're right at about 1090, which is going to give us that bubble off of there. It's going to give us about 12% alcohol potential. So that's right about where we want it, so we'll go ahead and leave it there. Okay, then we're going to add 3.5 teaspoons of yeast nutrient. So we'll add that down in there. Then we're going to add 3.5 teaspoons of pectic enzyme. This will help break down any pectins that's in the juice itself and help the wine clear a little bit. So we'll add 3.5 teaspoons of that. Then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of potassium metabisulfite. The reason we're putting this in is it's going to kill off anything that might be in there. Any kind of wild yeasts or any kind of bacteria that may have got in there. This will take care of any of those. And once you add this to it, you don't want to pitch your yeast for 24 hours because if you pitch your yeast, it will kill off your yeast as well. So once you put this in, we'll let this sit kind of lightly covered for 24 hours and let it do its thing. Okay, once you get all those in there, we'll give it another mix again. At this point in the process, it's good to get a lot of air in there. Air will help the yeast start and everything. So it's good to aerate the wine and make sure we get it all mixed up. Okay, once you've got it like that, we will take a clean towel and we will just cover the wine for 24 hours. We'll just cover it up like that and just to keep anything from getting in it. And we'll be back with it tomorrow. So here's the apple raspberry the next day. We're going to go ahead and give that a quick stir just to mix anything up that's settled around. And then got my sanitized hydrometer here. We'll go ahead and take another hydrometer reading just to see if anything has changed. It's looking like we're at 1092, so we will go ahead and pitch our yeast. Okay, for this one we're going to use Borgevin RC212 by Lavalin. Now just sprinkle that over the top of the must. Then once the yeast is pitched on there, we will add our lid and our airlock, and I will fill that up with sanitizer, and we'll let her ferment. So there you have it, another batch of wine on the go, and I've got a few that I've got to get some clearing agents in and get some bottling done. Hopefully I can do that over the next couple weeks. I do have some things this weekend. I don't know if I'll get much time to do anything this weekend out in the pub. Got a few things that I'll be doing this weekend, so probably won't be much time for brewing. Okay guys, I hope your week so far has been good, and I hope the rest of your week goes well as well. That's really about all I have this week, so until next time, remember, there's always time for a glass of wine. Cheers.